Hi and welcome to Whisky Shared. You're watching my review of the Glenlivet 12-year-old licensed Dram. I'm Toby and you're watching Whisky Shared. Welcome to my review of the Glenlivet 12-year-old licensed Dram. This is the second in the Glenlivet Original Stories series, following on from the Illicit Still. If you haven't seen my review of that, I'll put a link in the description now so you can check it out. The licensed Dram is an Amazon exclusive in the UK. It's 48% ABV and it's aged in first fill American oak and European oak. It retails for £50 and as far as I can tell, it may be coloured and it may be chill filtered. Should we find out what it tastes like? On to the whiskey. Right, so before I start nose and tasting, let's have a quick look at the colour. I'd say that's like a chestnut colour, but as I pointed out, it most likely is coloured as it doesn't state on the box or the bottle. Start with the nose. Right, so the first thing I get is some sweet sherry. Really comes through quite strongly. Followed by some dark chocolate. There's some like buttery biscuit. And there's also like a fizziness, like cola bottles. But don't get much more with this. Let's move on to the palate. Right, so the first thing I notice is it coats the mouth really well. It feels really good from a mouthfeel point of view. There is that biscuit note. It's like buttery biscuit, like shortbread biscuit or Danish butter cookies. That sort of note really is, that is really quite nice. And yeah, there is like a fizziness like I was picking up on the nose. That fizziness really does tingle the tongue. Really quite noticeable on this. But let's have another sip. Right, so I'm getting a lightly tannic sort of sherry note coming through. It's not too strong, not too dry, but I'm also getting some heat, some pepper. That fizziness has sort of turned into like a peppery note, but I also get like a soapy note with this. It's not overly strong. It's not off-putting. I have tried some whiskies where I just can't enjoy it at all because the soapy note's strong. It's just ever so sort of light, and it's only there as the finish starts. It's, you know, once everything's evaporated, there is that sort of soapy note for me. In terms of finish, I'd say it's medium in length. There is that pepper. There's a hint of sort of apple cider, and there's also like a slightly cherry note, slightly sweet artificial cherry, almost like cherry bakewell flavour. In terms of value, this retails for £50, just like the Illicit Still did. This I got for £42 on Amazon. I think that's the lowest it's been. But for me, this just isn't anywhere near as enjoyable as the Illicit Still. It's a little bit lackluster on its own, let alone in comparison to its predecessor. For me, this doesn't really work for my palate. The flavours are quite interesting, but nothing really gels, and that soapy note is slightly off-putting for me. If it does sound up at your street and you're maybe a Glenlivet fan, then I'll put a link in this description as always. And well, if for whatever reason it doesn't float your boat, hopefully you'll be back for more next time. Sauncha.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, why not give it a like or a comment, and please consider subscribing for more videos like this.